everyone, it's your good friend Wendy, and you're listening to the Reaching Out with Reach podcast, the show that brings you discussions and topics surrounding community, prevention, and recovery. On this episode, Gracie and her guest are here to talk about Red Ribbon Week. Welcome, guys.
Hey guys, it's Gracie from the Reach Across Johnson County team. I am the DFC coordinator for Reach. I'm over our federal grants, and I am here today with one of our community members, Reggie.
Hello.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. So October is, a really special time for Reach. It is the month that holds Red Ribbon Week. So Reggie, do you remember Red Ribbon Week when you were in school?
I do actually. First grade, Miss Seagrave's class, we were allowed to wear a red shirt and blue jeans. And to be honest, that's all I can recall about my first encounter with Red Ribbon Week. But is it affiliated with the DARE program, or is that different?
It's different. So it's not the DARE program, but it is a drug awareness week where we, learn about things. We get educated about making healthy choices for our bodies. Mm-hmm. But all you remember were the fun dress up days.
Definitely. Being able to wear a red shirt and blue jeans is all that stands out. So I would love to be informed as a grown man about what Red Ribbon Week actually is and where it started.
Yeah, so it actually got started because of a man. So Enrique Camarena, he was born in 1947, and everyone called him Kiki. That was what he went by. So he graduated high school in California, and then he went to the Marine Corps in 1968. And so he got a lot of experience there. And whenever he got out of the Marine Corps, he went back to his hometown and became a fireman, a police officer, and the deputy sheriff. And so when I was researching this, it didn't say if this was at the same time, but if it was, that's pretty impressive.
Right.
So after that, he became a special agent with the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency. That was in 1974. And so he received his first assignment as a special agent in his hometown again. So he's just, coming back and serving his hometown. Mm-hmm. So eventually he was reassigned and he was transferred to the Guadalajara office that was actually in Mexico, where he spent 4 years researching, following. He was on the trail of the country's biggest cocaine and marijuana traffickers. But unfortunately, before he was able to pin them and go public with his investigation, he was actually kidnapped. He was going to lunch with his wife when 5 armed men threw him in the car and fled. Yeah, could you imagine? And that she was the last one of his family to ever see him alive. No one but his kidnappers ever saw him again.
And so were the kidnappers ever brought to justice, or was that a unsolved case?
That is a great question that I do not know the answer to.
Well, now I have the incentive to go and research more about Enrique in Red Ribbon Week. Now, may I ask, where did the red ribbon come from?
So after he was kidnapped, it wasn't until a month later where his body was actually recovered. They think that, he was only alive for a couple days with his kidnappers, but his body wasn't recovered until a month later. And at that point, Kiki's best friend from high school, Henry Lozano, met with the congressman, Duncan Hunter, and they created what was called the Camarena Clubs in Kiki's hometown. And so these clubs, they weren't just in schools, they were community members too. It was just groups of people who would walk around with red ribbons on as like a visible pledge to live a drug-free life and honoring Kiki's sacrifice and the sacrifices of all the other agents and people, that die in this line of trying to keep their community safe.
Gotcha.
And so, it gained a lot of momentum. That was whenever the Reagans were in office, and First Lady Nancy Reagan actually brought their Red Ribbon Week movement to national attention. She heard about it, and she is the one who gave it all of its news headlines and stuff. And so now every single year in October, over 80 million children and adults participate in different activities every single year.
Oh, wow. That is... Wow. So I had no idea it was that much history behind just that, being able to wear my red shirt and blue jeans.
Yeah. It's just a way to, honor the sacrifice that he made and just learn why we should take care of our bodies and why we should, watch what we're putting into them and doing with our friends and our other people and stuff.
Right.
And so Red Ribbon Week's actually a super busy time for Reach, because as we are a prevention agency, it's kind of our time to shine. This year has been one of our busiest years. We are actually going to be fulfilling requests at over 50 different schools across Ellis and Johnson counties. And so these requests, we go in and we provide the education. So the school kind of does the dress up days and like pumps up all the kids, gets them all excited. And then we go in and we'll do like presentations. We will set up a table at lunch so we can get more of a authentic, conversation with the kids about different things. We bring them little, like fidgets and swag items. And we also distribute the bracelets. Do you remember the bracelets?
I do remember the bracelets.
Yeah, we count up all the bracelets and then take them to the different campuses. That's
nice.
Very time consuming, but that's something we've always done, as a prevention agency.
Okay, so may I ask, just as a community member, what can myself and people like myself do to contribute to help during Red Ribbon Week with people like Rise and other community projects that are trying to help keep kids off drugs and honor Enrique's sacrifice?
I think the first thing you can do is just be an example for, other people that, you never know who's watching and who looks up to you, and being an example for our kids is, the first place to get started. I think we're always looking for volunteers.
Okay.
We do have, a couple big events coming up. One in February is our prom pop-up, and kids come and they get free prom attire. And a lot of these still have the dress, like the tags on the dresses and suits and stuff. They're brand new, but they get education about, making safe choices at prom and setting goals, healthy relationships, all the stuff that it's not really part of the school curriculum, but it's like really important that So we're always looking for volunteers.
And so what if we're pressed for time? Is there a way that we can donate maybe?
Absolutely. You can donate. If you go to our website at reachcouncil.org, there is a donate place where you can do, I think we have a PayPal or a Squarespace set up. So yeah, donations are always very much appreciated. We also take donations of like gently used formal wear for this prom event and stuff. But yeah, just reach out to us. You can email us, or all our contact information is on our website, and we'd love to get in touch with you.
Well, thank you so much for the information. And, I will either volunteer or reach out to you. No pun intended.
It's funny how many times we hear that pun, actually. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today, Reggie.
Thank you so much. It was good, talking with you and, learning about, what the Red Ribbon Week actually meant aside from the red t-shirt and blue jeans.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You have a good one.
Thank you, Gracie and Reggie, for discussing the history of Red Ribbon Week and the things that we do in our community. Well, that about wraps up our episode. As always, if you're wondering how you can help, you can join our coalition meetings, or you can support our youth and family programs with a tax-deductible donation or food gift card. For more information, you can email us at info@reachcouncil.org. That's info@reachcouncil.org, or you can find us on social media. Thanks for listening to our show. Stay tuned for ongoing monthly podcasts from our Reach teams on all things prevention and recovery. So remember, life is full of choices, so choose happy and choose healthy. Bye!